Essentially, if you're on the sidewalk, this right here will fall on top of your head and destroy your life. This is ridiculous. Hello Blazers, Citizen World Roman, your favorite neighborhood Russian. Hi guys, stay. Welcome to a brand new video and welcome again to the center of beautiful St. Petersburg. Now, today I actually was thinking of doing a different type of video. I was thinking I'm about to go to the city outskirts, to a cool district, show you guys what's up, but you know, honestly, in order to get there, I wanted to go to a McDonald's, right? I wanted to just cross the road here and I mean, look, this is a street crossing and yeah, I'm never getting there, essentially, you guys. Basically, all I'm trying to say is that today, we have a bit of a collapse here on the streets of St. Petersburg. If you see right now, I mean, everything is melting like crazy, you know, you have, there's icicles on the top there, there's ice there, you know, there's dripping down on the streets, as if it's like springtime, but it's not. And here I'm, you know, walking on the street here, and you can see huge chunks of ice laying on the ground. This essentially means that ever so often, from up top of the buildings here, basically giant sheets of ice and giant pieces of ice just fall on the ground like this. Check this out, for example. This can hit your head and you will be actually dead. I mean, I'm actually low-key scared to walk on the streets of St. Petersburg right now. Look at these ice pieces and everything. This one right here. Honestly, this might just be my last video.
Now, I want to make a little interlude because actually this is really no laughing matter, because in the last like 3 days, about 4 people or so in St. Petersburg in the center were hit by this. And in fact, one woman actually got a skull fracture as a result of ice hitting her and is actually in a coma right now. So, you know, this vlog that I filmed is basically very lighthearted, sort of, you know, making fun of me being afraid to be on the street during these times. But in all truthfulness, yeah, it's not really that funny.
Essentially, the reason why I'm making this video right now and why I gave up on my original video plans is that, you know, obviously, you know, the streets are a bit of a mess and it'll be very annoying to film, especially where I was originally planning to go. But also, I think it's just kind of funny to discuss because I want to just walk into like a random yard of some building and just show you guys what's going on, because I'm pretty sure the situation is very similar around the entirety of the city right now. So yeah, check this out, right? Look at all of this ice right here. Kind of scary, kind of crazy. They put a bunch of traffic cones in there. Is that's gonna save anybody? I don't really think so. But basically, if you guys don't understand what's going on here, it was very, very cold for a couple of days here in St. Petersburg. So it was like, you know, minus 15 Celsius and stuff like that. And it was snowing a lot, right? So it was snowing a shit ton. But then suddenly now, after, you know, all of the snow has fallen, after hell icicles have formed on like the sides of the buildings, now it actually got pretty warm. It's like +1 degrees Celsius right now. It was like -1, 0. Basically, shit is melting like crazy right now. And I'm not complaining about like the mud underneath me and like, you know, the lakes and everything. But yeah, that's not what I'm complaining about. You know, the state of the grounds is not what I'm complaining right now. What I'm complaining about right now is this, right? This. Look, dude, I do not know what this. I mean, dude, I am actually scared to walk the streets of St. Petersburg. I'm fucking hell. I'm like 100% sure that was the sound of ice falling down. It is actually terrifying to be on the streets of St. Petersburg right now. I don't even know if I want to walk here, to be completely honest. And I'm already scarred, right? You know, the other day, I was actually walking on the streets, just minding my business. I needed to go to the post office. And what happened is that, essentially, I was like on a street corner, quite like this, like right here. And that street corner was sort of barred off, showing that, you know, you shouldn't walk here because there's a danger of ice falling on the ground. And I was at least like 5-10 good meters away from it. And while I was walking by, a shit ton of ice just falls from the top of the building. Like 2 giant pieces of ice and also like small, you know, boulders essentially. And I mean, let's be fair, right? If a boulder like that crashes into your head from a, you know, this kind of height, I mean, you're either knocked unconscious or you're dead. I mean, I'm pretty much sure that you will be dead. Yeah, I'm just walking and, you know, these huge sheets of ice, these giant fucking boulders crash like, you know, beside me like this. And that was probably one of my closest near-death experiences, should I say. And apparently that is just a normal day here in St. Petersburg during these sorts of times. I mean, as you can see, that lady, for example, in the front is walking on the street in the middle of the road because she's just scared of dying. You gotta realize this, right? It's like, this is an issue in pretty much most of the Russian cities, you know? I'm sorry for breaking up my storytelling all the time here, but, you know, traversing through the streets here is a bit of a fucking nightmare right now. Oh, God. Anyway, I think we found a good bit right here where the grass is supposed to be usually. I think we're gonna walk right here. We're gonna be fine. And let's just hope the boulders don't crash in our heads or whatever. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, this is like a relatively normal thing in most Russian cities, you know? When the snow starts to melt and the icicle starts to melt, yeah, it's very possible that they might actually fall. But the thing is that it just seems that here in the sense of St. Petersburg, you know, the buildings are made in a particular way that it becomes increasingly dangerous for your health and life. You know, just the way these ice sheets might fall from the buildings. It's almost like all the roofs have like a shape. Well, not this building actually. I feel like this one is relatively safe, but this one that I'm under right now, you know, if a boulder falls on my head, I'm dead. I'm actually dead. So yeah, this is like a pretty regular, normal thing, right? But the thing you gotta understand is that in most of Russian cities, in most of Russia, obviously, people live, and most of the buildings are kami blocks, right? Which are basically just block shaped. So the roofs are also like pretty much flat, so you don't get a lot of, you know, risk essentially underneath when you're walking underneath them. It is pretty risky if you walk like directly under where the roof ends, because there are icicles still form and they can fall on top of your head. But it's not like, you know, if you're 3 meters away from the side of the building, there's still a risk of something falling on top of your head. But it seems like here in St. Petersburg, in a center where, you know, the architecture is very old, like this right here. Check this out, right? It seems like if you're, you know, essentially in like the 3 meter radius or so from the edge of the building, which you will be because, you know, the sidewalks here are pretty tiny, you know, it's like a European style streets, whatever. Essentially, if you're on the sidewalk, this right here will fall on top of your head and destroy your life. This is fucking ridiculous. You know, I was praising St. Petersburg for a long time, you know, saying, you know, this is a cool city, one of the most beautiful Russian cities, probably the most beautiful Russian city. And even with this garbage right now, you know, where you can't even cross the street, still looks kind of cool, to be honest. But I didn't really think that the deadly icicle situation will be quite this bad when I moved here. I mean, dude, like, this is crazy. Walking the streets here, you know, you've seen these pieces of ice. It's like, you know what it feels like? It feels like you're walking through like a battlefield and you see like shells of like, you know, explosives or something. You see remnants of human bodies. That's what it feels like, dude. Because every time you walk here on the sidewalk and you see a giant piece of ice, you're like, you know, if I was there, like, you know, 5 seconds earlier, that could have been me. They got killed by that ice sheet. And it's kind of spooky, you know? Literally at nights when I'm trying to sleep, when I'm going to sleep, I hear like huge fucking avalanches of ice and snow falling from my building. Like right where the entrance to my building is, essentially. I hear like sounds of a fucking avalanche going off constantly. And you know, all I really could think about is that could be me underneath that fucking avalanche. So these days, guys, you know, I'm just praying that I'll get killed. Man, like, it's terrifying. It is actually fucking terrifying. And you can definitely see that on the streets, most people are either trying to, well, either almost falling down, but also trying to, you know, be on the side that's the furthest away from the, from actually the building, because you will get killed. And some people, as you can see, even walk right on the road where there is not even a semblance of a sidewalk, because the roads are not in the best condition right now either, and stuff. Yeah, bro. This is the most ridiculous sort of situation I've seen this city in so far, to be honest. Like right here, you know, look up top, you see these giant ass icicles and stuff on there, right? And you know, that's not even like most of the problem, because icicles are fine, like I said, you know, in the majority of like... Why is the child screaming? I think he looks outside probably, that's why the child is screaming. Anyway. Oh god, again, look at this. This is actually terrifying. Look, I maybe just because I'm new to the city, but this this is terrifying, dude. Anyway, yeah, like actually this is a good example. I just walked here to like some neighborhoods where they have a little bit more Soviet shit. So look at this, right? Look at what I'm talking about. Essentially, when you have Soviet buildings like this, or like this, as you can see, the tops of the buildings are pretty flat. So you don't really get much that can fall on top of your head. But if you look at like, you know, an old school building here, even like these are not as old school, but as you can see, you know, the way the roofs are, they're sort of, going like this. This creates a situation where the ice just rolls, and at one point, when it melts enough, it just slides right to the ground and kills everybody that's underneath. Basically, what this video makes me realize is that, we all love to sort of, hate some Soviet buildings sometimes, and now that I'm here during this deadly ice season here in St. Petersburg, start realizing, I guess, the worth of Soviet buildings, because, not being killed by ice is definitely something that I took for granted. And check out this ladder, by the way. Wow. I mean, we can see it even right there, for example, right? Look at that building right here. See the edge of that roof right there on the top, and that little, sort of thing that pokes out? When that right here, melts just a little bit, that shit is falling on the ground and killing somebody. Well, hopefully it's not. Hopefully nobody is actually gonna be underneath, but, that's what I'm saying. With the majority of the roofs are like this. Yeah, it looks cool, but it's not the most practical, is it? It feels like, when they were building these, back in the pre-Soviet era or whatever, it's, I guess, usability or its safety in the winter, it's definitely something that suffered as a result, because, this is fucking ridiculous. Actually, guys, we reached up to it. This right here, this is where I had my traumatic experience. The edge of this building right here, I almost got killed by the ice, 2 days ago. Oh, Lord. Guys, you will actually not believe this, but just now, when I was about to record, a shit ton of ice flew from that building right there, fell on the ground, but I didn't fucking record it. So annoying. Anyway, guys, I actually got to where I wanted to go initially, McDonald's. Greatest food chain in the world, you guys, and I guess it's pretty much where we're gonna round off this video, because, honestly, being in the street for any longer, I feel like, is dangerous for my health, both mental and physical. So yeah, we took a little walk around the block here, you guys probably wish your block looked like this. Anyway, like I said, I was actually planning to make a completely different video today, actually going to a very interesting place, but this is just too funny to not make a video about, to be honest. Basically, the rule is simple. If you guys see this video actually uploaded, and if you're watching this right now, I'm alive still. Otherwise, well, you're not gonna see this, so you're not gonna realize it. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this sort of, random, very erratic video, but what can I do? If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to, once again, like always, smash the like on it. If you want to support me additionally, go down to the link in the description to my Patreon, donate to us. I would gladly appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. And yeah, guys, that is going to be pretty much it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.